All right, kiddos. Hey, welcome back. It is week 5, day number 3, and you should have your circle map with you, and you're also going to need your flea map. Your flea map should be finished in the middle part here. You know, yesterday we were talking about how you could have, we could talk about how difficult it is to climb Mount Everest, the special equipment you needed. We talked about how it could be like, some people call it the world's biggest garbage dump because there's problems with it. Well, you could also talk about the people who have explored it in the past. For me, what I did on mine was, after I started thinking about it, I thought, that'd be kind of interesting. So if I talk about, that only a few people have made it to the summit of Mount Everest, and I could talk about how, if I look back at my circle map, in the 1920s was the first attempts to climb Mount Everest, and that in 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay were the first people to actually make it. And then I can also bring that back to, Temba Soshuri and how he was the youngest person to ever make it to the peak of Mount Everest, to the summit. And I could write that here as well. Whatever you have here, just as long as everything is following kind of that same pattern, you're in good shape. Now today we're going to work on our introductions. Now for introductions, one way to start off here is you can start off with a question. And when you start with a question, what you want to do is you want to try to find something really cool to kind of hook the reader in. So you could say something like, do you know the name of the tallest, can you imagine, or maybe something like, what is the name of the tallest mountain in or on the planet Earth? Did you know it is located in Asia and is part of the Himalayan mountain range? The name is Mount Everest. And then what I could do is I can talk a little bit about Mount Everest. I could say, Mount Everest is one of the most difficult mountains to climb, comma, climbers need special equipment to reach the top, to reach the peak, comma, and then my last one here on mine, I put only a few people have climbed to reach the summit. Now on mine, I did another one too. This will be for tomorrow. So what I did was on my intro here, let me go and pull this back. So I have, do you know the name of the world's tallest mountain? It is located in Asia and is part of the Himalayan mountain range and is called Mount Everest. It is one of the most difficult mountains to climb. See how that's this idea? And then my next idea was about special equipment. Climbers need special gear to reach its peak, and only a few people have made it to the summit, and that's what I did here. So all we're going to do today is just that introduction. That's so easy, right? Well, actually, I take that back. That's not all we're going to do, because the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do our conclusion. Now, remember, on a conclusion, what we do is we rewrite this. We write this in a different way. And so what I did on mine was I added the words "in conclusion" here. And then I said there are many reasons why Mount Everest is difficult to climb. So I put that here. Why special equipment is needed to reach the peak, and only a few people have reached its summit. Now, the end is where you put your thoughts or your feelings. And this could be a hope, a dream, or a wish. I hope one day to climb Mount Everest myself. Or I dream that it would be a dream to stand on its icy peaks and look down at the earth below. Or you could even say, on mine I put, I do not think I'll ever make this trip in my lifetime. However, I enjoyed reading about it. And then I could talk about that. So you can put your thoughts or feelings in here. That very last line is how you feel about Mount Everest. What do you think about that peak, about that incredibly tall mountain? Cool. So once you're all done with this, then you're going to put it away and you'll be done for today. All right. Catch you on the flip side.